All right. Go straight into our report here. This week, we are, I'd like to make I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a long time, and we're back in the saddle, right? Yes, yes.
I'll help Tim with first.
Okay.
So, we changed the agenda if you haven't seen. So when it's red, that's the motion. We'll just need somebody to make a second. Okay, so no more waiting for a second, this and that. So you just read, so it says motion to, so who's ever reading it, that is the motion.
Yeah.
And then get a second. We changed that.
Okay.
That's how it should always, and I never, so it took me this long, I apologize. How long have I been here to change it? It's changed.
Okay.
It is finally
That's
changed.
easier, so I just read.
It's easy, so you just read, and then somebody else makes a second, and it's done.
Well, there's an interesting Robert's Rules argument for it and
There
against that, but we won't get into that.
there
If
is.
you want to read the long book of
She
Roberts.
is, we're not going to, and I knew Annie was gonna have to, but I did check a lot of things that said, and it just
Yeah.
makes it
Oh, it's
easier
perfectly reasonable.
to flow, just so there's a flow. Yeah, yeah, so you're really only looking for, except in my report, because I can't make motions, I'm not a voting member, I'm recommending, so you'll have to get a first and a second.
Yeah.
Okay?
Got
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because really, it's recommended by the committee already.
Correct, it's already, right,
For another group of
Right.
individuals.
or else it wouldn't have been on
It's
there.
already been, we want you to vote for this, we're recommending this
Right,
already.
right, but it could always be a no second, and then it just fails,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll make it a little easier. So I cut off about 30 seconds in the meeting. Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, I
All right.
got her covered, okay.
Motion to approve the work session minutes, June 10th, 2025, and the business legislative minutes of June 17th, 2025.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. All right, Ms. Shaw, do you have anything for Parkway this week?
I don't have any dinner report.
They also start Thursday?
No,
Or they already did
started today.
Okay.
Yeah, today's Tuesday, correct?
Correct.
Long week, it's only Tuesday. Yes, they started today.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Mr. Raza is not here this evening, however, he did send on information for Shasda, which is no report. Mrs. Blyden with, PSBA and legislative report.
Just so you know, we received a notification about voting for the PSBA board members, which we had done months ago. So, Ms. Myers is gonna check on that, why they're sending that out to us.
Maybe they don't want the person name.
There was nobody running against anybody else, so I don't know.
Okay, thank you. And any news from the boroughs? We mentioned a lot last week.
Yeah.
All right. And we did not have executive session this evening. And that takes us into Dr. Strachey's report.
Thank you, Mrs. Donahue. I'm going to take the first three items together, and I'd like to recommend the appointment of Brian Frankenfield and Lisa Kolarik, items 1 and 2, as our new school police officers, and recommend that Michael Krovac as the help desk technician, as we discussed last week.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
Item 4, recommend the board approve the agreement between Pennsylvania Western University and the school district for the years that are listed. We discussed that last week.
Make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
And I'd like to recommend the board approve the following professional development requests as listed. We discussed those last week, and for information only, I'll just add that there was the adjustment that $7,050 is being put towards the national conference. That was the money given to us by the Grable Foundation.
Make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Thank you, Grable. or we constantly,
Continuously.
Yes.
continuously, supporting those efforts.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
And then just one item that I put on there, but I didn't want to take from Mrs. Leiden's report. There is still not a state budget, and the House nor the Senate are meeting until September. Now, they did meet, you never know, they did meet the day after, last Wednesday, and nothing occurred, other than there's possibly that one bill with public transportation in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. There was nothing else. So we are still not receiving any federal or state money from the state. Everything is held up in Harrisburg. No disbursement. County, there are no, what was?
We did get,
Oh, we
property
did.
tax relief payment.
Oh, we got
Scheduled to
that.
come next
Ooh.
week, so that is scheduled.
Yeah. But we didn't get Social Security
No.
reimbursement or
Correct.
anything for retirement or anything else to finish last school year on it.
Yes, that is.
So we still haven't closed, because we haven't got our funding from last school year.
Who would, community members reach out to?
Uh,
Dan? Or-
Dan.
Okay.
Dan or Wayne Fontana or
Easy.
Deasy. That would be all your representatives.
Bert,
Yeah.
isn't the senator from County, is it Brewster?
Bruce, is he, when they redistrict,
He's
I can't-
Castle Shannon.
he is Castle Shannon, because I know they read it, so it does come into, okay, so
So
they would
reach
be the
out
one.
to your legislative person of choice, both sides.
So there's no movement at
Be
all.
this long.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right, Mrs. Shaw with the policy report.
I'm gonna take the first item on its own because someone had a comment on that item, so I'll have a motion to approve the first reading of policy 124, alternative instruction.
Any discussion?
I just wanted to highlight my disagreement with a specific change in this policy. There was a line that was removed with regards to occasions where there is a credit recovery course completed by a student that in the current policy, it reads that only the recovered course is included on the student's grade point average. In the revision, it states that both the recovered and the failed course are included in the student's grade point average. And my concern related to that surrounds scenarios where students have significant medical situations, physical or mental health, foster care placements, traumatic experiences within their family environment that would have led to the failed course, and the decision to include the retaking of the course and the failed course in the GPA, to me, is not recognizing kind of the growth that the student might have had as a result of the retaking of the course. So I'm not in agreement with that change to the policy.
And I will just comment with, we had asked Dr. Varley and Dr. Lerner about that language, and the suggestion was that was consistent with other districts' policies, as well as very common in the collegiate. That was the collegiate standard also, so that is why we moved forward with the language.
Is there an ability to add, given different circumstances? If it was me, I would probably, go to Dr. Stropke and plead my case. But is there could we write in there, that this can be reviewed by you if there's a extra circumstance, or?
I mean, I don't think that's really fair to put on the administration that, that there should, it should either be a yes or a no. Like, I don't think it's fair to put sway on the administration. So, if you don't want the change, if the majority of the board doesn't want that change moving forward, we can revert to the original language. But I don't think it's fair to the administration to have to decide what a true hardship for a student was versus possibly just the student not applying themselves.
Well, then why have the policy at all, really?
Well, there's other things in it.
But was there a specific reason why it was changed, Annie? Was it just something that you noticed, or everybody noticed other districts were doing, and our policy was?
It was just brought to me by the administration that it wasn't consistent, I guess.
So it was their request?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Dr. Varley's and, Dr. Leonard's, because they had done the research on it.
This is just the first reading though, right? So could it go back to the policy committee before second reading, right? Or next month would be second?
It could be changed between first and second reading, so I'm happy to put it on the agenda for the policy meeting next week. And if, I would highly encourage, if you have a strong opinion on the subject, to email me on the matter, because otherwise it's just the same people in the room.
We've discussed it thoroughly.
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yes, we have discussed it quite a bit, so, if there was a strong leaning that you have one way or the other, then, I'm happy to put it on the policy agenda. So, I will put it on the policy agenda, and if anyone emails me, please, if you have a strong feeling, either way. But like I said, all of us are in the same, we're all in the same room together, so at this point, we just have to put something forward.
I understand, where Ian's coming from, but also it's a high school, GPA, and rocky things happen, and it's not gonna be life-altering, if it stops you from getting into, the college of your dreams, I really would come to your door and start kicking and screaming. But otherwise, that's the way that things are. I had to repeat some college courses too, and it never was very pretty. Even if I got aces the second time.
What I'll do between now and that meeting, I will double check, triple check with her, because probably this policy's been sitting out there, for months? Yeah, months. Let me check one more time too, to see if, to your point, if there is another policy that would take it out of the administrative hands, but would make it clear that there are. That's why I'm sitting here thinking right now, do we have another policy somewhere that might?
No,
we have
well,
like
this
a
is talking
general
about,
withdrawal?
so this is talking about how grade point
How
average is
about grade
calculated,
point
which
Correct.
should be
I
a
know.
board policy, because we
Yes.
don't want there to be any gray area. I don't want to speculate, but I think a few years ago I heard, this was many, many years ago, I think when I first got on the board, that there was some people individually doing things, and that's not really right to students, where it should be a black and white. So I would rather it either have the new language or the old language and not have any kind of gray area, is what I'm getting at.
But I think what I'm hearing is from all, for the time being, I think there's a lot more agreement with what I'm hearing than not. I think it's a little bit about the language and the approach, because you definitely do not want that to sit in an administrator's decision and have to make, and then they do one thing by your kids and something different, because that is notorious.
Right.
That you do not want. That you do not want. So we want to make it clear how we do it. And I think that's what I'm hearing, and I agree with that. So, I'll do some more work on it. You put it on the policy, and I'll do some more work just to check if there are other places. Let me match it up, because you have the references on there. I mean, that go to other policies. If there's anything goes,
Sure.
they're on there. I can look and plus I just don't know. My piece that I would not be supportive of is if just the administration had to do it on their own and decide it, because that's.
Bring them in front of the board?
Yeah. No, you shouldn't have to decide. I would never put you in a no. No, I wouldn't want the 9 of you to have to decide. No, you don't want that.
Annie's right.
If you think you get beat up sometimes now, no. I'll.
Maybe if there's some
Let me just write that down.
Now, I know we were trying to do it for consistency purposes, but I don't know if the other districts have thought about that particular issue or question. If maybe it's worth kind of, sourcing them to see how would they plan on addressing that issue.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with Dr. Varley and Dr. Leonard to see when they did their investigate, what they, to get the fund, what's all their backing on it.
Yeah.
Stuff and get that. It's just that we've done this so long that right now my mind's, I can't remember the
That was
conversations.
quite a while.
It was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
This has been sitting here it's quite.
March, April.
I'll take a look. I'll talk to both of them tomorrow.
Yeah, so I didn't put it on an earlier agenda because I knew that there was some discrepancy with the opinion, so I didn't want to just throw it on an agenda.
I mean, I think it's fine to have discrepancy. I think it's fine to
Yeah.
vote on it
Yeah.
and have a decision. That's the whole purpose of this group.
I think Ms. Shaw also brings up a good point too. If everybody can take a look at it, read it, and, because it's the same 5 people at the meeting, 4 board members and myself, so, yeah.
All right, so are we going to still vote on it as a first reading?
Well, the motion is still on the table, so
Oh,
someone
okay.
would have to make a counter motion if that's not the case. But to be clear, we can make changes between the first and second reading.
Right, you can make changes between now and next month.
So we need a second.
No, sorry.
Okay.
There was
so
always
that
a second, you were just in discussion,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
Abstained? Motion carries, right? 6-3.
And then if it's okay, I will take items 2 through 10 as one motion. Those are first readings of other policies. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just wanted to reiterate that there was a strange line in policy 251 that talked about, if you were a special needs student and graduating with your class, and it just didn't go in that policy. Like, it didn't make sense, like, did it only apply to homeless students, or, so we're going to move that language. The district is not changing its stance on that matter. It's just that we're gonna move it into a policy where it makes sense, probably in 217. But we are not changing our stance on that matter. That's up to Dr. Stromke.
Correct.
It's a line about whether or not you can bank your diploma and remain in school until you're 21. Why it is in the policy related to homelessness is unclear.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Thank you, Mrs. Shaw. And that takes us to the education report. For the Title I non-public school agreement, motion to approve the agreement between Keystone Oaks School District and the Allegheny Intermediate Unit in the amount as listed there for non-public Title I instructional services for the Diocese of Pittsburgh.
Second.
Any discussion? This is just a yearly reoccurring.
Requirement.
Okay, so this is funny. You have to, this is one of those motions you have to approve because it's federally required.
Yeah.
But you just have, because it's an expenditure of money that you're receiving to put up, because you have to give it to the non-pubs for them to provide services to the.
So it just flows
the county.
through.
It's a flow through.
Did we receive the money?
So,
No.
we won't release the funds until we receive the funds
Okay.
from the government.
Correct.
Jen,
So
you'll
we were-
approve
no.
until we get to everything.
Is that all districts do it that way?
Yeah, well,
I mean, you can't pay for it ahead of time and bank on hoping to get it. We do not do that, but you could, purchase things for them or just have them expend it without receiving the federal money yet, but we don't do that.
Are these students who are attending diocese schools?
yeah, so these are districts, students who live in the district but attend the parochial schools of the diocese of Pittsburgh. So under the federal law and under Title I, you have to service them.
Do you know how many students that encompasses?
I don't, Dr. Varley's not here tonight. She's doing her other role in her principal take it tonight.
It's a
I-
decrease from the year before. The year before it was like 17,000. I believe there's
Oh, it is,
less kids.
so that means
There's
there's
a $7,000 decrease
You
from
might
last
be-
year.
Can we ask her tomorrow just to get them, then we can send to the board and Ian? I don't know how many kids that would be.
Shows the decrease in funding.
By about $7,000.
Okay, hope there's a correlation.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Well, with the consolidations too.
Consolidation,
Yeah.
and then there's a formula that they calculate. They're telling us that's the amount, based on what's out there. So it's not, we don't determine it. The Bureau of Special Ed, the Bureau of Federal Programs in the state, gets the formula, it tells you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. And that takes us to the communication report, Mrs. Snyder.
Okay, I have, 2 items. The first item, I am going to motion to approve the agreement with, Redford School Photography to provide portrait photography services for 2025, 26, and 26, 27 school years, and that is at no cost to the district.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
The second item, I will motion to approve the agreement with Dylan Kickler Visuals, in the amount of $19,500 to provide athletic photography as well as social media services for the 25, 26 school year. And just for information only, that amount is going to be split between communications and athletics departments. We talked about last week a little bit.
Second.
Any discussion?
Is this outside of the communication department's current work on social media? Like, is this something in addition to what they're doing?
I think, yes, and I'm pretty sure, Sarah, do you want to talk specifically? It is an addition.
Oh, hey, Sarah.
There was just a media day post, right?
Yes, so this whole focus is just on athletics. So highlighting student athletes, teams, accomplishments. So it will be, yes, outside of what I do for the district, or typically my athletics coaches are limited to like if they make up the playoffs or if somebody has an accomplishment, but this will be more like game day graphics, post-game photos, things of that nature.
Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks.
You'll still cover like school events, things,
Yes.
clubs, or,
Yes, this is just athletics.
As long as they tell us
yeah,
what's going on.
right.
Right? As long as they communicate with the
Yeah.
communications
You're supposed to
director.
be psychic.
I know, well, that's been an
And
issue.
follow our social media.
So
Well, aren't you on Parent Square? You could just,
Oh, bad subject to talk to her today about it, I'll fill you in later.
scroll through, all your messages are just right there.
They are.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah.
All right.
Dylan used to do, photographs of athletic events on his own, and his stuff is amazing. It always has been. So he's gonna, yeah.
And we're excited to have them kind of back working with us, and thanks, Sarah, for your diligence in making that happen.
Yeah. We're excited. He's really good with this.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. And back to Dr. Strachey.
Okay. I'm gonna do all of these together because all but one of them is everything we have to do every year. It's agreements with all of the schools that we have for client services. We talked about items 1, 2, 3, and 4 last week, which is all you had. And just item 2 is just, it's a memorandum understanding with the Bethlehem Lutheran Church and the school district for services. We talked about that last week. in executive session. Item 5, 6, and 7, we all got those contracts from the Watson Institute for various students and stuff, and the agreements for students in their placements for this school year. So we added them on for this week. So those came in new. And we also received late, right after the meeting last week, item 8, and this is the company that we use to, it's called Global Wordsmith Language Services Agreement. These are the individual company that takes the documents that we have and interprets the documents for all of our parents and families who do not speak English as their native language. So that's what this. So these all came in right after the board meeting last week. I said, add them on so we can get the agreements there. So that's what. So I'm going to recommend items 1 through 8.
Make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.
That concludes my report.
Thank you very much. And that brings us to personnel. Snyder, you want to do personnel?
Sure.
We don't have to read all the names, right?
No, just the motion.
Okay.
Just the motion.
Okay. First, I'm going to, we have a retirement first. Motion to accept the following retirement, and that's Barbara Ralph, for 11 years of service, so, congratulations. Can I get a second?
Second. Any discussion?
I just want to add with Barbara. So Barbara has been with the District 11. She's been here longer, but she worked for the company that used to be here, and then that we got rid of and brought it in-house. So Barbara's been, but she's only been with the district technically 11 years. But I can't tell you, it's
Here when I was here.
it's been a long time.
Okay.
It's been a long
Well,
time.
thank you for.
Yeah, Barbara.
For sure.
Yeah,
She's
thanks
been
for all those years.
Barb's been wonderful. Well, she's greatly missed. Going to be greatly missed. So.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.
Second item, motion to accept the following resignations as listed there.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.
Third item, motion to approve the change in hourly wage rate for substitute nurses to $20 per hour, effective August 21st.
Second.
Any discussion?
What was the rate?
So last time we had it, it was, I believe, $12 or $13 per hour. It hasn't been raised, in quite some time, so, we really haven't had anyone interested in it, but due to not having a CSN at the high school, it's still vacant. There was need, and we did have someone express interest, but, we wanted to raise the pay to make sure we kept them, out-house.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.
Item 4, there's a number of appointments. First, our professional employees, in compliance with their bargaining agreement listed there. Second, paraprofessionals, in compliance with their collective bargaining agreement, or their association. There's quite a few of them. Third is going to be long-term substitutes. That's listed there. There's our substitute nurse, which is great. And 5, we have food service personnel at their hourly wages there. 6, we have a change in our activity sponsor stipend, as well as the activity sponsors listed there. And just for information, I think some splitting, we talked about that last week, right?
Yeah, the best friend club, yeah, that's actually a split, yeah.
And those are all the appointments.
Second.
Discussion?
Glad to have the position filled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice to have two pages.
Paraprofessionals especially, so I thought that was great.
The food service personnel, are they all new, or is this
So
just?
that's their yearly
list,
raises.
okay.
We make sure to verify who is coming back for the start of the year before we approve them, but, there is no one new on that list. We're hoping that we do have some new people, for next month, but right now, those are all people that are here, so.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.
Okay. Item 5, motion to retroactively approve the list of students to participate in the student summer work program. And that was from June 9th to August 15th, $15 an hour.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.
Item 6, is, teaching load compensation for the second semester, and one individual listed there.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.
Okay, and then I'm gonna take items 7, 8, and 9 together. There's family medical leave, intermittent family medical leave, and extended unpaid leave. Motion to approve those individuals as listed there.
Second.
Any discussion?
And do we have, backfill for the position?
So we do, yes,
Okay, great.
yes.
So shout out to Joe for all his hard work. But really, I mean, this is great.
And knock on wood, it's the first year, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.
That is the end of my.
Thank you. And that takes us to the finance report. Mr. Hill?
Thank you. So there's 4 items for consideration. The first 2 I'm going to take together. Is there a motion to approve the accounts payable list for the month of June and July as listed?
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.
The third item is the comprehensive topographic and boundary survey. A motion to approve, Joe, help me out with the name?
You got this.
Vendor as listed, LLC, to conduct a comprehensive topographic and boundary survey at Aiken Elementary, Dormont, Myrtle, at the cost not to exceed $26,900.
Second?
Any discussion?
Why do we need this?
So these are for the building project, in order to make sure while we go for bids and get, drawings and permits and things that we have the correct surveys done, we're getting all new surveys on all of the property to make sure everything's accurate when we go for our actual project.
It doesn't exist already?
So we have old surveys, some of them aren't up to date. We want to make sure the lines are there. We did have some that were done but cannot be found, in there, so we're just making sure that, a lot of the information that they'll need to go in there is accurate and more up to date.
Yeah, and just for example, you know, we sold that property
Correct.
behind Aiken, so that property line has definitely changed.
And part of these surveys are, a lot of our other surveys were just hard copies. These surveys include digital copies as well. That way, district will always have, copies on file, so if anyone leaves or things are moved and, thrown away, there's always a backup copy, which wasn't the case before. So I made sure that was part of, the agreement. On anything we do going forward, that everything is digital as well as hard copy for backup.
So that way, when the architect is just teacher design work, they can,
Correct.
we'll have all these electronically in the
Yeah.
CAD or whatever program.
Yeah, we can send it over, they'll do their drawings and adjustments.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
And the last item, I believe is a new item, was last week. So it's automatic transfer switches, Dormont and Myrtle Elementary. Motion to approve the replacement of the automatic transfer switches at Dormont Elementary and Myrtle on the Light Company LLC at a cost not to exceed $25,000.
Second.
Any discussion?
What do these do?
So, whenever the power goes out or there's anything with electricity, they're supposed to automatically flip on to our emergency generator to take over. Right now, without them, everything goes out completely, and it has to be manually, switched on by an employee. So if we do not catch it over a weekend, over a long break, a lot of things are down. It could also cause a lot of damage to a lot of the, HVAC, the, coolers, things like that. So it's been a problem. Luckily, we've caught it. However, in the past month, we've had a lot of occasions where power will go out, at Myrtle specifically, randomly, and, they don't catch it till the morning because there's not things on there. So, it's just been an issue. We don't want to have to, keep doing that or have it missed and then have to pay more for some of the products we're already doing. So, again, it's sort of an emergency. It is 7 to 9 week lead time on these, which is why we want to get it on now to hopefully get them in before, fall. So.
I'm guessing Aiken already has one.
Yeah, so Aiken's in it. So yeah, Aiken's didn't go out for some reason. Myrtle and Dormont both, basically, went out at the same time and no longer worked. So, it was weird. It was there, but Aiken's still up. Middle school, high school are still working too. So it's just Myrtle.
All in favor?
Oh, wait, I
Oh,
just
sorry.
have one question, sorry. I don't have any problem with it, because obviously, this is an emergency and costs more later, but maybe Mr. Laporte can answer my question the best, but, it's like, is this something that's like, because I know it was identified in the architectural, survey that there was some deficiencies with the generators. Are these kind of portable, I guess, if we made other upgrades in 5 or 6 years because it's just rated?
Yeah, so talking to Jesse, he did check with them, they said they would go over. Now, again, it would just depend, but I think he checked to make sure, because again, what was recommended in the, study was to, get generators that, service the whole building, because right now not everything fits on them. And the light company said, yeah, they would work, you could transfer them over, things would work on them. But yeah, that was.
So hopefully it won't be like a front cost.
Correct, yes, right, correct.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
That is it. My report.
Thank you, Mr. And that takes us to activities and athletics. Mr. Laporte?
All right, just one item tonight, it's, the extra activity workers for the 25-26 school year. Motion to approve the following individuals as extra activity workers for the 25-26 school year. Those individuals are listed right there.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. And that concludes our report. Any public comment?
I can get them going, Chair.
I'm not the public, I'll make this very, very quick. I'm not the public, but we have been in constant contact with Dormont Borough about the construction chaos around Dormont, and it's gonna be for some time, and also around the stadium, so that tonight they were not, so we're gonna have issues even on Friday for the stadium, yes. And it could be for a while. So tonight, given that was the, welcome back to the teachers and so forth that's going on there, they were not to work. On the first day of school, they are not working at all. Beginning on Friday, they're to be working from 9 to 2. However, chief of police finds out that the people who are working don't know that, but it was supposed to be to finish at 2. So we have to work on this because we are going to probably have issues with busing and walkers beginning at Dortmund. So we put information out, Sarah, correct, to all the parents. People are more. Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow. But it is a mess. They decided, we had a long summer, and they decided, let's start working around the building 2 weeks ago. And now this is going to be a long problem. Yeah, and it's gonna be sometime soon. We're gonna do
Those
the,
transitions are horrible, where they, yeah, have the streets.
where the streets are and the
Yeah.
plates are down here
Yeah.
are not good. So, yeah, so we're aware of it, we're working with them, and we're gonna do the best we can on Thursday. Well, Thursday, they're not supposed to, work Friday. If you're going to the football game, I don't know what to tell you. Watch the plates, I don't know what to tell you. They're everywhere.
Thank you for that heads up.
Yep.
I will make a motion to adjourn, if there's no more discussion.
Any more discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.